Last call. Questions, comments, concerns. You ready?
I like to start every podcast with a drink.
Yes. We'll get there. All
right.
Come on, man.
Sorry, I'm...
Okay. Trying to collect my thoughts there. Welcome back to Okayest Cook Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Whonsetler, here with a unique episode. Today, we are not talking about food necessarily, but I've been digging into the food science a little bit more. I've got a couple of really rad books behind me that I still have not read as much as I would have wanted to by now. Kenji is he's one awesome food science author that I'm in love with. And Harold McGee wrote on food and cooking. And Harold, in his book, said that drinks are food. So we're going to talk about drinking today. I've got Dan Kidd here at the table. And we're going to talk about bourbon.
Let's talk about some whiskey, man.
Bourbon, whiskey, all the things.
Yeah.
I know dangerously little about it all. I know I like it.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I'm still trying to learn. So I'm hoping you're going to teach me a few things here, educate me a little bit on mostly your preferences, because what I know about bourbon is, well, all food in general it is very specific to you as an individual.
Oh, yeah.
I like stuff you're not going to like, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a very personal experience. So all the questions I'm going to ask you today are just your worldview, your food history, your drink history, your personal preferences, and we're going to take your preferences and just combine them with our experiences, and we're going to test some things that you tell us, and we'll decide later if we like them or not. So.
And I like that you started like that, because drinking is a very personalized, me and my buddies that drink a lot together. There's certain things that, we both like, and, we might have another friend that doesn't like that, and that's fine. Everyone's got their own little variances. I've got a buddy who likes really funky, weird stuff. I can taste it, and I can be like, this isn't for me, but I know you're going to love that. So it's also...
I need some of his
personal.
recommendations. Yeah. Because my palate is on that funky side.
On the funky side,
I like the blue cheeses. I like the really peaty scotches and black coffees, all the flavors, really aggressive flavors that fight back. Yeah. Which is why I like some bourbons.
Yeah.
So, yes. Well, let's start out real quick with notable meals. Have you eaten anything cool lately?
Yeah.
Or drinks are food, so if it's don't spoil anything that's coming up later in this episode. But drinks count.
I did just get back from Wyoming, and we just got done talking about that, and we roasted a steak right on a skillet right there.
Check the socials if you haven't.
Yeah, right there in the mountains. Whiskey with a View. I was with him on the Wilder Hearts YouTube channel, so we're doing all that. And I think we were talking about this on the podcast too. What's your favorite whiskey? What's your favorite food? And I think it's obviously the food's good, the whiskey's good, but it's more about the experience that you're having, who you're sharing it with, and that makes so much more of a difference. Because I can have the best whiskey and the best steak and the best XYZ by myself at home, but it's still enjoyable, but it's a lot better if I can look across the table and see somebody else there. So I'm going to say that's definitely going to stand out as one of my probably top 3 meals, just in general.
That's gorgeous,
The view of the mountains, we had the lake, we had the smell of the fire from the firewood that I chopped, and the taste from the steak, and everything was just perfection.
Yes. And I imagine if you drink those exact same whiskeys in the future, your mind's just going to go straight back to that campsite.
Exactly. It's going to pull you right back into that spot. So, we opened a really nice bottle. It was a 2016 E.H. Taylor Seasoned Wood. So an expensive bottle that I've been hanging on for a while, and we drank it then, and then I wanted to go back the next day and see if I enjoyed it even more.
Okay.
And I in fact did. It was awesome, but again, like you said, it took me right back.
Yes,
so it was such a good
dude. Yeah, food memories are so strong.
Oh yeah.
And especially when you get into something like bourbon that has such a intense aroma as well. Like that, just like you're amplifying the senses that much more because it's so intense. My notable meal it happened a while ago, but I haven't talked about it yet. But I went to Rev for the first time. Have you been?
I have not been to Rev, but I've had some of the food from the artists that have created
like
it. So,
all the best food artists in town are there at this one event. It's at the Speedway. Super cool. But like there's an Epicurean tent with like all my favorite chefs are right there. And gosh, I don't know if I could pull out one specific dish. I mean, Bodie had some dynamite little shrimps that they were giving out, and Yusuf made some like little Keurig type like chocolate the way he does. So like you had to peel it open like a little like a coffee pod and just like eat it out of that.
I feel bad eating his stuff because it's
so pretty.
It's so pretty.
But it tastes way better than it looks.
Good. Yeah.
But no, that was a super cool experience. So if you listeners have not been to Rev, what is it? Is it IU Health puts it on? It's like their main fundraiser, I believe.
I believe so.
I was there shooting photos and eating food. So it's the first one I've ever been to. It's always been on my list. Like, hey, I need to go to this event somehow. So look it up if you like what they do. It's a beautiful event. Just so cool. Tons of cool people, tons of cool drinks, and just so much food. Like way more food than you could possibly eat. So on to the episode here. Let's talk about you real fast. Can you give us like and then we'll dive in here a little bit. Give us like the 2-minute Dan Kidd bio.
Oh man,
where do you come from? Where are you going?
Let's see. I work too much, I drink too much, and I sleep too little. No, I'm a personal trainer and a personal training studio downtown Indy. I also do content creation, like whiskey creation. So I work with different brands, work with different restaurants, and just trying to push fun and exciting whiskey stuff out to the world. And then, I just kind of have some fun here and there.
Just having fun. That's the way to do it.
Just having fun.
Yeah. So it's authentic. Like I love your content. It's fun. It's genuine. Yeah. And you're a rad guy.
Yeah.
We met, I think, for the first time ever at Pizza Fest last year. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Another super cool event. Part 2's coming up soon.
I think it's going to be. It'll be even better than the first one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's in October.
I believe October.
It's
at
the fairgrounds too. So I think
it's in combination with World Food.
Yeah,
which is another crazy cool event. So the
venue is going to be better. I know the planning is going to be a lot better too.
Yes.
It should be a good time.
Yes, more elbow room. I think. Yeah. So I had a blast. I met you. It was super cool. So.
I was carrying around a bottle of I believe it was. A Shanks, a Michter's a Shanks. So that was.
I'll have to look back through the archives. I don't remember. It was delicious.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. Just kind of walking around with the bottle, pouring drinks for people. So
I mean, you're kind of notorious for just walking around with the bottle, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you bring your own fun. Whiskey makes it better.
Yes. Well, on that note, I have 2. Hopefully cool bottles. I'm hoping you haven't tried either of these before, but the odds of me finding a bottle that you have not tried are dangerously low. So do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
Why don't I tell you what, let's warm up our palate.
Okay. So teach us. Yeah, teach us what to go here.
We'll talk a little bit more about me.
Yes, please.
So I've actually got my own whiskey.
This is yours. I was going to ask about that.
So this is I don't know where you want to put this. This is the Chugs. This is the 4.0 version. So during COVID, I did a culmination with Big Red. So we did. I was famous for chugging whiskey, which was fun in its own right. I don't quite do that anymore.
There's a time and a place for that.
There's a time and a place for everything, but. So now we're on to the 4th rendition of my bottle. So this is it's an almost 6-year MGP. They bottled this down in Bloomington.
May I?
Yeah, certainly. So we actually have 2 different versions of it.
This is sick.
So there's
who did the art?
The local. He's gonna kill me. Aaron
Scamahorn?
Yes.
Yep. So, okay, I was gonna say
he does a lot of the stuff for.
First of all, I love Aaron.
Yeah.
And there's spoiler, like there's going to be a cool segue later on because of Aaron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does some really, really cool stuff. So we've got a 114 version and a 116 version.
Oh, sick.
And my favorite part.
Yes, sir.
ASMR. So whichever one you want to pour up first. We should probably start lighter.
Right.
114. I mean, it's not.
Dude, I'm just into the art.
2 proof points.
So I will say my taste in all spirits stems around the artwork.
Yeah.
If it's a beautiful bottle, I'm going to buy it.
It's going to draw you in. Yeah.
If it's the most gorgeous bourbon in the world and it has an ugly label, like I'll walk right past it every day until somebody shows it to me.
Yeah.
Before we decide here, how are we drinking this? Because I got 2 little options here.
Yeah.
My wife and I did our first trip to Bourbon Country the other day, a couple weeks ago, and I discovered Whiskey Thief.
Yeah.
Super awesome brewery. They gave me this little cup. It's not a Glencairn, is it? That's Scotch.
It's still
what do you call this?
So all the little cups like that. Glencairn is just a specific brand. So that's probably one of the more famous brands.
It's a whiskey cup, right?
Yeah, it's a whiskey glass.
So I've got that, and then I've got just little shot glasses. Ooh. So is there?
Why don't you take the
right way to drink this?
There's no wrong way to drink it as long as you're drinking. So yeah, and that's the thing.
I got a lot of these. So
we'll
if you didn't bring a cup, I got you.
We'll do you can do the glass and I'll do the shot.
I should have brought like a proper crystal sipping cup.
I've got it, man. I get sent these all the time. I've got a ton of them. I've got a few in my truck, but that's for another time. Yeah. Why don't you use the glass and I'll use I'll take a shot. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So there's no real wrong way to enjoy a whiskey. I'll pour some out. I'll let you pour. Yeah. I would do just a little bit.
I'll get this guy here.
Yeah. So this is. Let's drink the same one because So it's 2 different barrels. So these are single barrel picks that I did. I believe that's the 114.
These are full strength. Yeah.
Yep. So these are barrel proof. So normally I like to teach people. So when you go in, there's a lot of alcohol in these. And
I can smell it already.
We just popped it. So if you stick your nose right in and go for it, don't do that. It's gonna singe your nose hairs and gonna be like, oh, that's alcohol.
All those ethers.
So what I'm gonna have you do is kind of over your mouth, kind of breathe it in. It's actually gonna go up through your nostrils, and you can actually smell a little bit of what you're getting ready to drink.
Is it bad that I kind of like that burn?
No,
that's a fresh pop.
The burn's good, man. So some people really, really like that burn. So your first taste, especially if it's it's 12:15 in the afternoon.
We're not gonna say what time it is.
Whatever time it is. So it's early in the morning. You probably haven't had any alcohol yet.
I've not.
So if it's your first drink, almost take it as it's like a testing. Like okay, because it's gonna burn a little bit. You're gonna kind of wake up those taste buds, so you want to make sure you don't have too much right away. So take just like a little bit of a sip, and then what I want you to notice as you kind of move it around your mouth, you're gonna have that burn. Then it'll kind of dissipate. We'll take a second, and we'll go in for our actual second real drink. So a little breathe in. Good. I get a lot of actually. What do you nose off of this? That's an interesting. And there's no wrong answer.
I think it's on the fruitier side versus like a smoky. Maybe a little vanillas.
There's a lot for me. I get a lot of brown sugar, a lot of vanillas. This is more brown sugary for me. But again, you get that initial burn.
Oh man,
it's going to kind of stay there on the front end. It's going to move its way to the back. And if it's working its way down to your chest, that's that little Kentucky hug, or this is MGP, so it's an Indiana hug. So once that kind of dissipates, and you're going to get a little bit of flavor off that, but again, it's mostly going to be the alcohol. So your next drink coming in is going to be kind of where we can get a little bit more flavor.
We're acclimated now.
You're acclimated. Now we should probably take a little bit more time, but whatever. And I like to kind of swish it around my mouth and kind of get a feel. You'd be able to tell me this, like on the tongue has all the different taste buds. It's like I think the sides are, I should know this right off the bat.
I want to say the sides are like sour, bitter.
Sides are sour. I think the front's sweet. The middle's umami.
We're definitely getting a lot like in the jowls.
Yeah, so getting a lot right through there. So it's just kind of where you put it in on your tongue. So I wouldn't recommend, taking it and shooting it. You could, but that's going to go all right to the back, especially something this strong. So
no, that is beautiful, though. It's like very sweet, very palatable, like outside of that initial burn.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very delightful. Yeah. And again, that aftertaste, like once the alcohol kind of dissipates a little bit, like just what's lingering.
It's got a long finish, which is what I like. I like that longer finish.
Yes.
I want to know that I've had something strong.
Yes. So again, in my food science little dabbling, I'm trying to learn more about this, and I've learned that like some alcohols are, what do they say? Oh gosh, they behave more like fats, and so it's going to like linger a little bit longer, like on your palate.
Now, some of them do have. There's a Maker's Mark that has a FAE series. It's like it's fatty acid esters.
Okay.
So I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Yeah.
They put something in it or do something to it. I should know more about that.
No, I think it's literally just like it's what the yeast produces.
So it's in the mash that they use.
Yeah. So some of the alcohols are going to be a little bit more on the fattier. Like they act more fatty.
Interesting.
Than other alcohols.
Interesting.
So. Yeah.
Well, cool.
That's beautiful. Yeah. I need to learn more about it. Like I literally just read that last night. So trying to scrub up on my knowledge here. But yeah, super, super pretty. These are gorgeous. So tell me about the process of like making your own bottle. Like, did you go and like choose from a bunch of different barrels?
So for this it was fun. We had 10 different barrels to choose from.
Okay. Which
sounds it's so much fun. It sounds a little daunting, because which one do I pick? I can normally, there's a process. You kind of smell, maybe do a little bit of a taste. I can normally knock 2 or 3 right off the bat out that I'm not going to like.
Yeah.
It's going to have a funky smell or something that doesn't kind of agree with me. And then you go back through and you try it. And that's going to get a little better and a little better as soon as it opens up. Now that's something that's kind of like wine, as the air oxidizes a little bit, it's going to help open it up. Another thing you can do too is if you add a little drop of water, it'll lower the proof. It'll open that right up. So
that's a question I was going to ask later on, but we can talk about it now.
So these are, again, we had 10 barrels laid out, and I painstakingly took the time to try each of them, and then try some of them again, and try some of them again, and try some of them again. So it was it's always a fun process, and then it's fun to see, because at the end you've had quite a few drinks, and then when you get the final product, is it what you remember actually tasting? Is it as good as you've tasted? So that's kind of the process from that. So.
Yeah, I love that. I love just the comparison of different. What do you call it? Mash bills, just like the ingredients essentially,
So even the mash bill can be the same, because I believe the mash bill is the same on these, and so everything to do with where it's at in the warehouse. They can have 2 sister barrels from the same mash that taste completely different. Up high, up low in the warehouse, it tastes completely different. Just the way that it works, the way that the wind moves around it, the way that the heat's taken it, the way that the evaporation's worked with it. And so it's a really interesting process. I mean, literally the same mash, basically essentially the same barrels right next to each other can taste completely different.
That's one thing I learned at Whiskey Thief. So I did their little tour essentially, and the tour ends with a sampling of I think at least 4, maybe 5 barrels. Yeah. And they had the barrels are all lined out, and then they had a chalkboard of like, hey, here's what's in each barrel. And 2 of the barrels were identical ingredient wise. The only difference was that this barrel was made from a tree that came from that forest, and this barrel came from a tree that was made from that forest. Yeah. And they were very different. Exact same ingredients, exact same age, exact same placement in the warehouse. Like literally the only thing that was different was the trees. Yeah. Same species of trees, same age, same everything. And it's wild. It's alchemy. It's literally alchemy. Like you're putting fire under this wood, like and you caramelizing the sugars and
you have an idea of how it's going to turn out, but you don't exactly quite know how it's actually going to be. Yeah. There's another company, they do Kentucky and Texas, but it's Milam and Green, and they've done the same thing. They take the same mash. I think they distill it in Kentucky. They do everything in Kentucky, and then they ship some of the barrels off to Texas. And so they store some in Texas and they store some in Kentucky, and then they release them at the same time. So it's all originated in the same place, but the heat from Texas is a lot more. It's just different atmospheres.
Well, it's not just the heat. Yeah, it's the heat, it's the elevation,
everything else. So that's going to affect the barrels differently. So they did a little kind of experimental project like that. It was really interesting just to see how it changed. So.
Yes. And that's what I like about it. I love like those direct comparisons and just like, which is better? I don't know. Yes. Well, my turn here. I got. I'm more excited about this one, so I'm going to start over here, and this is a callback to my very first sip of any spirit. My first drink, I think, ever was this brand.
Oh.
So we've got Jack
Whoa,
Daniels.
It's the 14. Now, I have not had this one yet.
You have not had this one?
Not the 14.
Yes.
Nice.
It's so Jack Daniels is it's a big brand.
Yeah.
You know it. You've heard of it. And typically I like to steer away from the big brands. I like the small brands better. I like people like this, people like Whiskey Thief, people like, MGP. Yeah, MGP is great. They're not Jack Daniels big, right? Yeah. But it's history. It's historic for me. There's definitely some food memories attached to Jack Daniels. So really positive ones. It wasn't a terrible night, that first drink night. But a lot of people were talking about this, and some people that I really respect were talking about Jack Daniels is doing some really, really cool stuff. And then I was talking to, I knew you paired up with Big Red. And so I've got some contacts over there. So I was like, hey, what can I get that Dan probably hasn't tried?
Nice.
And this is what they told me about. So on that note,
good one, man.
We're going to try it out here.
Yeah.
But I got to do it right here.
I'm going to see you pop it.
I don't know if I trust myself doing it airborne like you did. I'm going to leave it on the table. Oh, not as deep and robust, but. So, where's your cup here? Do you need a fresh one?
Yeah. Nice.
So this is Jack Daniel's 14-year-old, 117 proof, batch number 2. And you've had batch 1, did you say? Or
I have. I've had the 10-year and the 12-year. I haven't had the 14-year yet. Yeah. So
nice. I'm honored.
So they
found something. I found something you didn't try.
They've got again. They're I think they're just every year they go. They're just going to keep releasing another year. Old. So
I'm going to ask a question as we're trying this. Is older actually better?
It depends, man. There's a
like we referred to at the beginning of the episode. It just depends.
There's a sweet spot. I mean, I've had some really old whiskeys. Some 20-plus-year-old whiskeys that are just way too over oaked. And it's like, man, you should have stopped it at that point. Actually, Buffalo Trace even has a distillery where it has a room. It's a cold storage room, and so what they've done is to stop or to super slow the aging process of the barrels, because it's what they have in the barrels itself is where they want to keep it, and so they basically put it in a cold storage to stop that aging process. Nice. Yeah, so there's definitely a point of it's like wine. There's a point of it's not as good anymore. For most whiskeys, I'd say. I mean, again, it's all going to depend on the actual whiskey, but it's anywhere from probably 5 to 10, 12, 14 years, something like that. There's a sweet spot with everything. Again, where was it at in the warehouse?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Well, hey, I want to actually, when you do this, if you're comparing this to your original Jack Daniels.
I mean, it's been a minute, but
yeah. So I want to know what you think is different about
what
this.
I should have done is I should have grabbed an everyday Jack Daniels bottle, and I should have done it blind.
You can kind of call back. You can throw back to those.
I remember what
those college days, and I remember what that tastes like.
Well, right off the bat, the nose is significantly different than the pour you just gave me from. Was it your fourth edition here, or is it five?
Yeah, the 4th edition. Yeah.
So it's very smooth. There's very little burn.
There's just not a lot of burn.
If you gave me this, I would have not guessed Jack Daniels.
I can get a little bit of Jack on the back end, on the very, very back end.
It's been a long time since I've had Jack. I see it now.
Right there on the finish.
I got to think about it a little bit. Yeah, it finishes like Jack, but everything before that lingering aftertaste screams something different.
It's really nice. Jack always has kind of a soury. For me, kind of a soury. Can I have a little bit more?
Absolutely, yeah. Help yourself.
It's kind of a sour finish, I should say.
It's Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
It's the signature thing. And I'm assuming the recipe's the same. I did zero research on all this. So is it the exact same recipe, just aged longer?
All my whiskey buddies would probably kill me. It's
write in if you know the answer.
Yeah, write in if you know the answer. I don't know. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna assume yes, and then say that it's just aged a lot longer.
Yeah. We'll come back to you on that.
That's my guess on that. But
because what's the average Jack aged? Do you know?
God, probably 4 or 5 years.
Less than 14.
Yeah, a lot less than 14. Maybe they did do their own special.
And even at 14 years, this doesn't give me like too much. Like it's not overpowering in any way.
And let it. I'd do another one too if I were you. I'm just going to encourage you to drink as much as you can.
117 proof, yeah. And yours is 116, yeah. So very high proof stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to try a little bit of this.
Let it. You can kind of let it open up a little bit. But if you there's what they call is the neck pour, which is kind of basically what we did.
That's another question I was going to ask you. Yep.
Man, let's go right into it. So is there a neck pour? Yes, there is a neck pour. Like when we open this, if you dump it right in and you let it sit, if you
give it a splash.
Don't let it sit. You don't let it sit. It's gonna. You're gonna have all that alcohol right off the beginning. But if you let it sit, you let it open up just a little bit. That's kind of why I left the top off. Let it breathe. You can even just swirl it around in your glass. That kind of dissipates that neck pour. But that's I've had some whiskey where I just thought it was awful, and then I came back 6 months later and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever had. Why? I can't believe I've been pushing that to the back of the cabinet. This needs to come forward.
Yeah, my cousin, shout out Ben. Thank you for everything you've taught me. Ben did tell me that, and he's like, yeah, if you open it, maybe give it an hour, if that. But like he encouraged me, try it straight away. But again, same thing. If you didn't like it, come back
to it. Yeah,
definitely. A couple hours later, come back. A couple days later,
come back. A couple months later.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had any. Well, yeah, I haven't really had much to eat today. But if you're
that's why I put the chips.
That's another thing too, though. No, is if you're pairing it with something else. I mean, whatever you've had will also have an effect on the way that the alcohol tastes. So, do it before food. Do it after food.
Yeah.
Do it as a meal itself.
Yeah, I brought these out to kind of like clear my palate between drinks, but I forgot.
Yeah,
so we'll try for that. They are very dry though, so get a drink with you. But no, this is pleasant. Again, dipping into my limited food science knowledge, the quantity of alcohol in a drink drastically affects the aromas that put out. So, and this kind of dips into cooking with alcohol, which I was going to ask you later on. You can answer now. If you ever use alcohol in your cooking, or bourbon in your cooking, or wine, or whatnot.
I don't.
You don't?
But I've got a friend that always does like some kind of reduction or some kind of a glaze or something like that.
Some flambés.
And we've done some whiskey dinners where we kind of pair those together, and it's so much fun, because he'll have. Okay, this is a little bit more sweet, so we should pair it with this. We should, this is a little bit more, it's a little bit more meaty, so we need something a little bit more bold to kind of take in with that. So that's always been kind of fun. But he does like to use, whiskey and bourbon as he's, cooking or doing some kind of a bourbon glaze or something. So, yeah. Yeah.
I will say again, based on my limited knowledge on the food science, use probably less than you think. Because the more alcohol you put into your dish, those alcohols are just going to trap aromas and trap flavors. So by dialing that back, I think either Kinsey or Harold McGee in their books recommended like 1 or 2% ABV in your final dish. Like that's kind of the sweet spot of like it's adding enough of that alcohol, wood flavors to your dish, but it's not so much that it's like actually trapping.
Yeah, because you want to cook most of it off anyway. You don't want the actual alcohol. You just want
actual alcohol. Yeah, you don't really want in your pasta or whatever. But the flavors 100% are recommended. In very small doses. And I think all the experience I've done with trying to cook with alcohol. Lately, I tried to make a barbecue sauce. And I put a little too much booze in it, and it 100%. Like it makes sense now that I read the books. Like it just trapped too much. I didn't cook off enough of that alcohol, and it was fine, but it wasn't good.
I had some whiskey cakes. I think that's what they were called.
Okay.
They were wrapped in some kind of a sheet paper, and I don't know if she sprayed them beforehand or before she gave them to me, but I mean, I probably shouldn't have eaten the whole thing, but I finished one, and I was like, man, I'm a little
busy.
I feel pretty good. And I think some of the paper was keeping some of the extra booze, and I think she did spritz it down a little bit.
Well, another thing I
fun.
literally just learned is it is very hard to cook off all of the alcohol. And even in a stew, like if you've done like a big roast, like you always put wine in a crock pot roast. And even after like 2.5 hours, there's still going to be like 5 to 7% alcohol in that stew. And again, the science is weird. The science is super cool. But again, apparently the more alcohol that's in the vessel that you're cooking, like the harder it is to evaporate that alcohol, because the presence of the alcohol is just going to force water to evaporate instead of the alcohol.
Interesting.
So again, I need to dive into it more. I need to understand it more. But like even on a flambe, like you're not burning off all the alcohol. Like it's.
Well, I guess that makes sense. So that's kind of the same as what happens in a whiskey barrel. So as the whiskey ages, that's how the proof goes up. So it's going to start at a certain proof point. You might go into the barrel at 120 or something, and then we get something a little bit higher. So if it ages a little bit longer, you have more of the water evaporating out, so you're going to have less liquid and still more of a concentration of alcohol. So if you ever see anything over 120, 130, 140, that's why it's the water's essentially evaporated out, and you're left with just the alcohol.
Yeah.
So.
And that's not the angel's share, right?
The angel share is what's kind of evaporated out, yeah.
Like actual alcohol that's
leaving,
or
I think it's just the evaporation.
Just volume of the barrel.
Yeah.
I got you.
So I start with a full barrel, and you'll find some of these really, really short barrels, and I've had some really good ones just with some phenomenal flavor from them. So
nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, the science is cool, and I need to dip into it more, but just learning about what alcohol actually does, like really makes you think about like, well, A, how you use it in cooking, but then B, like how you consume it. And I was going to ask your preference on cask strength or barrel strength. What's the proper terminology? But like
there's
full on versus like
there's. So the reason we did this, I typically drink my stuff full proof. We did it full proof, and the reason why I do that is drink it the way you like it, but just like you did with this, you added a little bit of water and you liked it.
Yeah.
So they keep that high proof point, and so you can kind of tailor it to what your flavors are.
Yeah.
Now if they put that just out at 100 proof, you're kind of stuck there. You can only go down from there. So if someone likes it a little bit higher, a little bit hotter. Now that being said too, with the higher proof points, you're going to get more distinct flavors. So like when the master distillers, usually when they're doing their tastings, they're tasting them around 40%. So they're they're really, really watering it down. I mean, they're doing a bunch of tastings, so water's their friend. They can pull out 30, 40, 50 different flavor profiles that they're looking for. So I think me want whiskey, me want dumb, brown sugar. That's what I taste.
Yes.
So I kind of like that. I want to be able to pull out a few distinct flavors as opposed to, I'm getting this and this and this and this. So that's what that higher proof point's gonna give you that.
Well, it's totally a different product.
Yeah.
I mean, again, you've got your barrel strength. Again, tell me if I'm saying it wrong, but you water that down, like dumb down the proof to whatever. Like it's very different products.
Yeah.
So
now some people will do that. They'll find there's like a 107 is a pretty good proof point. So a lot of people, it's not too hot, it's not too.
Curious what this bottle is here. I forget.
You should let me feel it and see if I can. Is it a local?
Nah, it's close. I can't spoil it, but
okay.
kind of a no.
I used to do this game where I'd keep the bottle in the bag, and I'd try.
We can do that.
I'd try and feel it and see if I get it right. Anyway,
you can try that. So we talked about proofs. We talked about the barrels. We talked about cooking. I've got here hangovers. Do you have any hangover cures? What do you do?
Man, I am really lucky. I don't get.
I didn't want to assume.
People get pissed at me all the time because we'll hit it hard, really, really hard, and wake up, and then, the next day it's like, I mean, I've had days where I'm obviously a little bit slower, but most of the time, if I can get at least 4.5 hours of sleep, I'm gangbusters ready to go.
Yeah.
I would say the biggest thing, water's your friend. Obviously, a full stomach. Drinking on an empty stomach isn't good for anybody.
Right.
You can't drink as much. You can't drink as long. I mean, I think the more you can kind of saturate your belly with food before you saturate it with alcohol is going to be a good thing. So I think it's the pre-planning as opposed to the post-planning.
Yeah, get some electrolytes.
Yeah, electrolytes are good. Try and slam a bottle or two of water.
You've got a lot of muscle. That helps a lot.
I'm sure that helps a little bit too.
Yes.
But I'm trying to remember my worst. I mean, I probably had a nasty hangover in college, but I don't know.
It's been a long time for me as well. And my wife was complaining the other day. She's like, we drank the exact same amount. Like, why is it affecting you more than it's affecting me? And again, food silence. I literally last night just learned that like males tend to process alcohol more efficiently than females do.
Yeah.
And it's like literally just genetics. It's genetics as well as just like
there's a body weight, muscle mass, just like you said.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you take a 150-pound person versus a 260-pound person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably not going to be able to drink the same. You might be able to, but
but I think it's literally like an X chromosome, Y chromosome situation. Like, and
really?
I think they said like literally the Y chromosome will process up to 30% of alcohol, like in the stomach and the gut before it like enters your blood. But the XX chromosome only digests 10% before it enters your blood.
Oh, interesting.
So like literally like the X chromosome or the Y chromosome is just like we're literally putting less alcohol into our bloodstream.
That's interesting.
When we drink.
So while we're on that topic as well, and we kind of talk about taste, so women typically have more taste buds.
I've noticed,
than men. And
they smell better too.
They smell better, so
well, they do smell better, but their noses are more efficient.
So I've got a ton of women in whiskey, a ton of women friends that love whiskey, and
we just did that post with the lady that prefers wine. But
you
gave her some whiskey, and
gave her some whiskey. She loves the whiskey, so it's fun to see. You go to bars and the men kind of come over and they go, oh hey sweetie, oh hey honey, you should try this, and you kind of watch them, school them and what's actually going on behind the scenes. But so women are better whiskey tasters than men. I'll say.
I believe it. I believe you.
So
if it has anything to do with my cooking and what my wife complains about, like, they taste things we do not. I can confirm. So. Awesome. Well, what is next here? What else you got here? Do I need to crack open my other bottle here?
You do, and I've got one more bottle too.
Ooh, what do you want to do first?
Let's do yours, and then I've got one of my top 10, we'll say craft distillery. Actually, one of my top 10 bottles for this year, and it's from a craft distillery. So
okay,
I like to share as much as I can with the folks.
Yes.
So let's do your bottle.
This bottle is. I think it's a special bottle.
Okay.
We've got some connections here with Aaron. So I discovered this brand because Aaron did the artwork for this bottle. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Eighth Day?
No.
Oh.
Do they do bourbon? Eighth Day?
Eighth Day Distillery, yeah.
I thought that was... I'm mixing things up in my head.
Yeah, Eighth Day Distillery. They've got whiskey and...
Why did I think they were only ciders?
I don't know. I mean...
Dan, I live under a rock. I've got 3 kids under the age of 6.
They do whiskey. They do cocktails, and they're over there in the what's that building called? The
CCIC. Circle City Industrial Complex.
Yeah, Circle City Industrial Complex. So go check out Eighth Day.
They're awesome. I love them.
Yeah, they just had Pronto Tacos over there too.
Ooh,
have you had?
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Okay.
I missed it. We had some.
I travel for food.
Yeah, Pronto Tacos, Eighth Day Distillery.
Yes. So this bottle, the mystery bottle, it's a blend of 8.5 to 10-year-old whiskey. Right. So it's a little on the older side.
That sweet spot.
It's not quite as old as our Jack pour there. It's recently scored 98 out of 100 at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition.
All right.
And it was a finalist for the best small batch bourbon in the world.
Whoa.
So it's got some credits behind it. So
there's some connections with Aaron too, huh?
With Aaron did the artwork. Well, Aaron did the original artwork. I can't confirm that Aaron did this artwork.
Okay.
So I discovered this brand because Aaron made a post.
Okay.
And he posted the bottle, and like, that is the best looking bottle I have ever seen. And I was like, where can I find this bottle?
Yeah.
And so he sent me the contact, Kevin. And like Kevin and I, like, we've been going back and forth. I photographed some of their stuff before, and it is like, I love it. I love Kevin. I love the brand. It is the Beautiful and the Damned.
Oh.
And they are pseudo sponsor of the episode.
Nice.
Kevin provided me with this bottle. It is the Last Lion.
I've seen these. I haven't had
And this
any.
is their cask strength straight bourbon whiskey. This is batch 3. It is 115 proof. Yeah. 8.5 to 10-year-old blend.
Nice.
I think you should say. But again, stunning artwork.
I love the.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I've seen these. I just haven't.
So another one you haven't tried?
Another one I haven't tried.
Have you had any of their stuff?
I haven't.
They've got. Oh, Kevin, don't kill me. I forget the names of everything. This is the Last Lion. They've got the Diplomat.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's another MGP.
It is.
Yeah, so it's an MGP.
Yeah. Is this one specifically MGP? So I know they source the best barrels.
Yeah, so this one
everywhere,
distilled MGPI of Indiana, Lawrenceburg, Indiana, founded in Chicago. So from Chicago, but
yeah, Chicago's kind of where they're based. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
headquartered. I'm looking it up real quick. The other, it's a lion on the other barrel,
mm-hmm.
or the other bottle. Oh, Never Surrender. Yes. Yeah, there's the artwork on the other one, but again, it's freaking gorgeous.
I've seen these too. Yeah, they look nice.
Yes. Again, it's a whiskey that I would buy just because of the way the barrel looks, or the bottle looks. Gorgeous artwork, all thanks to Aaron Scamhorn. Phenomenal job there. But I think the whiskey backs it up. Like, it is. I have not tried this one. Crack it open for us. Yes, sir. I have not had this one. I'm really excited about it because Never Surrender is a beautiful bottle. Like, I loved how that one came out. The Diplomat, is it a Diplomat? The Man of Leisure. Man of Leisure is the other one. The Diplomat is the older version of the Man of Leisure. Again, if we're basing it all off artwork, which is what I do. So, yes, the Last Lion.
Definitely a beautiful bottle.
It is stunning. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. The Beautiful and the Damned Whiskey House.
8.5. What's the proof again?
115. 115.
115. Nice.
Yes. So another stronger one.
It's soft though. When just
Very.
right off the first nose, it's not.
Yes.
It's not ethanol forward.
So, what is the difference there? Because your bottle is very similar proof, 116 proof, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was very, very potent right off the bat.
Sometimes the younger age is going to hit you a little bit more. You can smell that it's younger. It hasn't had the time to kind of mature.
So just an age thing.
Well, it hasn't had the time to mature in the oak. You know, it hasn't had the time to pull out all those extra sugars from each
potentially,
each of the seasons.
a little more alcohol forward because of the age. How old is yours again?
It's a 5.5, almost 6 year. Okay. So it's got a couple,
So not quite
2.5 years.
Double the age. Yeah, the Jack was a little over double, but no, this is gorgeous right off the bat. So. I like that. Not really fruity. Yeah, definitely getting more of the softer, vanillas and little tiny bit of smokes.
Soft, and it's got a little
Very
linger.
sweet finish.
It's got a little linger, a little sweet finish, a little linger on my tongue, but it's gone on the. It's got a very middle range finish, I should say.
Yeah, earlier we were getting like hit real hard on the jowls, but this is like the very top back of my tongue. Like, again, whatever flavors that are, but
Let me get a little bit more of that.
Yes, please.
For science. Yeah.
No, this is gorgeous. The Jack, I think I typically prefer mine proofed down just a hair.
Do you?
And again,
what about the Jack when you added the water?
I thought it improved it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I need like a little eyedropper because this is the wrong way to do this.
I like the finish. Oh, here we'll do that. We can have that one, and I'll tell you.
Okay.
I'll show you another cool little trick on how to do it. I like the finish on this one a little bit better than the Jack. I like the mouthfeel.
Very clean finish.
I like the mouthfeel, the nose on the Jack, but I think the finish on this gets it for me a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. The Jack finished like Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
Which
Well, it's Jack.
Yes.
It's a Jack Daniel's product.
But this is, my wife would adore this bottle.
So,
And I hope she gets to try it.
while we're thinking about your wife, what do you think she would like food wise paired with this? How would you pair something with this bottle?
I mean, she's not going to hate me for saying this, but she is not an adventurous eater.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pad thai is kind of her go-to. Just Alfredo's her go-to. And those are not really whiskey meals, I would say.
Anything can be a whiskey.
Anything's a whiskey meal, but I mean, I'm gonna pair this with like some meat, some red meat, and that's gonna be gorgeous. Honestly, this is a very palatable dessert beverage.
I was gonna say there's a lot of sweetness on the back end.
So I'm gonna say give her a bowl of just vanilla ice cream and this, and I think that would rock.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of like strawberry preserves on top. She hates fruit in ice cream though. So.
That nose is opening right up on this. This is awesome.
Yes. So next week, this is going to be like 10 times better. Kevin, well done. This is a beautiful. I see why it got like 98 out of 100. This is a gorgeous bottle. I love this. Well, I'm curious to hear your feedback too on Never Surrender and like some of his younger blends.
Yeah.
Especially the Diplomat. What is the Diplomat? So you asked about my wife, and I assumed you were going to go to like what's her preference on spirit, and she likes rye a lot.
All right, a little spicier.
Yes. I've trained her well.
It's the reason I asked wife and not you is it's because it puts you in a different perspective of okay, if I'm making something for somebody else.
Yes.
So same question. What would you have with it? The same.
This, I mean, 100%. Yeah, I'm going to try this with ice cream when I get home.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be great. I mean, I'm a vanilla guy instead of like I like chocolate.
Give me a good
but
vanilla bean all day long.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm thinking some homemade vanilla bean ice cream because it just homemade hits way harder. But yeah, amp those vanilla flavors and just round it out because it's a very sweet finish. I think it's going to be gorgeous. What are you drinking or what are you eating with this?
I'm eating anything with this. Like you said, I'm a big meat guy. I eat steak probably 3-4 nights a week.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Steak, burgers, meat of some sort. We've been doing. Me and my girlfriend have been doing these. I call them like sweet potato burger bowls. So it's like ground beef, a sweet potato, some cottage cheese, some green beans, drizzle some hot honey over it.
Oh my gosh.
So it's got a little bit of the sweetness, and I could probably finish it with 3 or 4 of these.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
I'm worried, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do. Do you want to do one more of these, or do you want to do the final pour?
Well, teach me what you were.
That's what I was gonna do. Do you want to do that with the final pour, or do you want to do it with this?
Let's do it with this because I like it a
perfect.
lot.
That's more drinking for us. So I'm gonna pour. I don't know how much to pour you.
Trust your gut.
Okay.
That's
well,
good. Don't trust your gut.
Don't say that. That's dangerous. So when you put water in,
Yes, sir.
you can never take the water out. You can only add more whiskey.
I was gonna say yep.
So that's like droppers are good. So there's another thing that you can do is you can put a little bit of water in your mouth.
Okay.
And you can add the whiskey. And the really cool thing about doing this is when you do this, you can kind of feel some of the oils. You can kind of feel it dissolve, and you can kind of feel the science, the combustion that's going to happen in your mouth. So
I like
it's
that.
a really interesting. So take just a little bit of water, and then you can add whiskey. You can add a little bit more. So keep the water in your mouth as you add the whiskey. And what that does
Doing
is
that custom blend.
it proofs it
on your
down.
tongue?
Yeah, it proofs it down in your mouth, but it makes
sick.
it. So I'll do a little bit before, and then water. And it changes it completely because you can, again, it's going to proof it down. You should be able to pick out a lot more flavors. I got a lot more oak that time on that one. Does that seem just more rounded, a lot more rounded on it? Again, I mean, I proofed it down probably a good 20%, but it's just it's something you can kind of play with, something new, another way to
honestly with the water
drink. Yeah,
it could be all in my head, but I felt it like more in my sinuses.
Oh, really?
Like it just it almost like exploded up.
I liked it. It's because the water I'm drinking is nice and cold, and you can feel the whiskey again just kind of come and kind of swirl around.
Yes.
If I was better painting word pictures, I'd be able to.
Well, because oils and waters.
Oh, there you go.
Don't always, and alcohols again. It's that's why like cocktails layer up the way they do. So it's a third type of liquid. So you've got your water and your oils, and we know that those don't mix. Alcohol also like. It's not as drastic as oil and water, but it does tend to kind of like stick to its own playing field. So it does. Yeah, it takes a little bit to incorporate completely. So you're not wrong. Yeah, it's going to swirl around and 100%. Yeah. Even if you don't think it needs watered down, because that
I don't think it does.
I would not water that down. I don't think it needs it. But by watering it down, it is releasing more of those aromas that are trapped in the alcohols. So again, it's going to be a very different drink. So I highly recommend anything you buy full strength, add a little bit of water, and just see how it changes.
A lot of times when I'm doing tastings with bigger groups, a lot of times they'll ask me, what should we have to eat? And I always say chocolates are good. You can get milk chocolates, dark chocolates. You can get, kind of some candies. You can get some fruit, some dried cranberries, some dried cherries, and then you kind of try those with the whiskey.
Yeah.
What I did a tasting at Woodford Reserve a while back, and what they had us, I think they had their regular Woodford, and then they had their double oaked version. But they had us, we'd do the Woodford, and then we would add a little drop of water just to see how it changed, and then we would do. The Woodford, or we'd do a bourbon cherry that they had, like a little chocolate covered bourbon cherry.
Nice.
So we'd eat that, and then we'd drink the Woodford on top of that, and it was just wild.
Yes.
But when we did the Woodford double oaked, which I think it uses 2 barrels, we would add the water to that, and it opened everything right up. And then you add that with the chocolate in your mouth, and it was 6 complete different drinks that we had.
Yeah,
it was the same too. So it was such a fun experiment. So experiment with food, experiment with chocolate, just different things that are going to change the makeup of the whiskey.
Do some research. Again, one of the books I just read talked about the best flavor pairings, and they recommend chocolates, steaks are kind of like the common pairings for whiskey, bourbon, kind of all in the same. But some of the uncommon pairings include tomatoes.
Oh,
so kind of like some of that
acidity?
acidic vibes, And I tried it last night, and it wasn't like game changing, but it worked. But in addition to that, they talked about bridging 2 pairings. So, and they used the example of apricots. So apricots in whiskey typically they don't necessarily clash, but it's not like a desirable combination in most situations. But by adding that tomato as a bridge, because tomatoes and apricots, they pair really well. Tomatoes and whiskey pair really well. So by adding tomatoes to the mix, that apricot tomato whiskey combo, all of a sudden now works.
Interesting.
So don't only think about good pairings, think about bridging pairings that you wouldn't think would work.
Yeah.
With pairings that do work. So. It's weird. It's a weird world, the food science, and I want to dig in really, really bad. And Jason Faust is the guy to talk to, I think, because I've always known that pairings are a thing, but until I went to Stretch's dinner, his Sunday night dinner, it just blew my mind when he paired a chicken wing with champagne.
Yeah,
and it just it wasn't a good pairing; it was the perfect pairing. And so, when you find that perfect pairing, it'll rock your world. Yeah. It'll take a drink that's a 10 out of 10 to 100 out of 10. It's crazy. Crazy what it does. So,
man,
experiment.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Definitely experiment with your food.
Yes. This is beautiful. Highly recommend The Last Lion. I think anything from the Beautiful and the Damned Whiskey House is going to be phenomenal. But 100%, if you don't buy The Last Lion, you're missing out.
I'm gonna do one more. I'll give you guys a little promo. The stuff's pretty good.
Yes, yes. Well, I've got a bottle for you.
Awesome.
It's not the Last Lion. It's a different bottle. It's their Old Orleans. I have not had this one. It's their blue bottle. I base everything off the label. I'm sorry, everybody. But it's like a Moby Dick inspired label, which is sick. And I don't know who did that. It doesn't necessarily look like Aaron. Aaron, tell me, did you do New Orleans? I don't know, but it's going to be gorgeous because I love everything beautiful and AM does. They do their research. They pick great great barrels.
Yeah.
And yeah, phenomenal.
Well, good. I'm going to ask you a real quick question.
Yes,
Who
sir.
is what's your go-to, what's one of your top cocktail bars that you like, and what do you like about it? In Indy. I'm going to say in Indy. We'll keep it local.
Well, that's a very hard question. I don't do a lot of cocktails.
I don't either, but.
Lord, I mean, I'm trying to think of the last time I ordered a cocktail at a restaurant. I mean, it's probably generic, like old-fashioned from like some random event. When I go to bars or when I go to restaurants, I'm there for the food. Because I can do cocktails at home if I want a cocktail. And we've got like 3 cocktails that we rotate here and there. I love a whiskey sour. So I think that's always what I'm going to gravitate towards if I'm going to do a cocktail. I think it's simple enough that like you get enough of the whiskey, but it's still like a cocktail. Yeah. It's not straight whiskey. I will say I hate the sugary things like Jack and Coke, like
the super,
anything with Coke, too much sugar, like
sweet.
It's putting me off. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm a neat guy, like just whiskey neat, bourbon neat, Scotch neat, like give it to me neat.
That's my typical
rocks if I am feeling like I need some chill, but like nah.
Yeah, I'm a typical just a whiskey guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I like experimenting. I like discovering new blends, new distilleries. So like I'm here for the product. I don't need to water it down with sugar and extra ingredients.
There you go.
Yes, but whiskey sour. If I had to pick if they only had some well liquor, I'm going whiskey sour.
Yeah.
I think.
Now I used to judge the Devour Downtown cocktail contest.
Okay.
And this was I can't remember if it was the summer or the winter one, but it was a gal from Harry and Izzy's up north, but she had this whiskey, and I think it had like a balsamic vinaigrette in it.
Really?
And it was the wildest.
Okay.
I mean, I've had a lot of the fat washed whiskey drinks, which are also really good, but she did something wild. I don't know who. I wish I knew who it was. I can't remember who it was, but it was Harry and Izzy's. One of the bartenders did this balsamic vinaigrette whiskey cocktail, and it was fantastic. And again, it was a couple years ago. I don't know if they're still doing it, but
that sounds interesting. I love the balsamic edition. That sounds super cool.
It was, and I was like, I need a picture of this.
Yes,
a big picture of this, but.
Yes,
but
it's killing me that I forget their names. But Ella put me in touch with a cocktail, a mixologist, you could say. But he did a sweet corn cocktail at the last World Food Competition, and he won the kind of like the little cocktail scramble they did. Yeah, because of this sweet corn cocktail, and it was wild. It was good. Wow, but like that addition of sweet corn, like I love the Indiana ties.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. I loved it. But I think I'm still going to prefer just like something neat.
Yeah. Sometimes I think this is how it's meant to be. And
it is.
I guess that's another thing too. You ask about the proof and how do I drink it. A lot of times if they're putting it out at a certain proof point, or if they are watering it down a little bit, it's like a 107 or whatever it is. That's how they want you to drink it.
Yeah.
That's how they like it. So
yeah.
That's how I'm gonna try and appreciate what they have, and then if I need to change it, I'll change it.
I like that myth, that thought. I like that thought process.
Whiskey's hitting.
Whiskey's hitting. It's it's they did it for a reason.
Yeah,
like you chose this barrel for a reason. You chose this proof for a reason.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna trust you.
This speaks to me. So
yes.
Let it speak to you.
Yes,
so.
yes. I'll take your food knowledge and your food recommendations, and yeah. But
awesome.
100% recommend the Last Lion. That is stunning.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning. So.
All right. We got one more bottle.
The last pour. Let me water this down.
Yeah.
Clean it out.
Clean it out. So I would, clean that out, and then,
So.
Peerless 10-year.
Okay.
Boom. just get that right in frame.
It won't. It's got your eyes in there. It won't focus on it.
Whatever it is.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
This is one of my. I guess we'll call them. I guess they're a craft distillery. It's not one of the big guys. They put out so many good barrels. Your wife loves rye. They've got some killer ryes. Definitely check them out. But this has blown my mind.
Sir.
Again, this is
So
on.
It's not a rye. What is it?
No, this is just a 10-year. Actually, I don't even know. I've drank it. I love it. It's another.
You like it.
Another 117 proof. I think it's a blend. So it's a barrel proof, non-chill filtered A10. I don't think it's a single barrel because it would say single barrel. Anyway, all I know, Peerless 10-year. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I didn't pour myself any. Pour me a little bit. I can't speak enough praises about this. It's oaky. It's good. It's delicious. It's very well balanced. On my top 10 pours of the year.
Top 10 pours of the year. That's
top 10 pours of the year.
significant.
And I've had some really good whiskey this year.
Love this.
But this one is. I'm trying to share this with as many people as I can.
Okay.
Because I think it's such a good bottle.
Stronger on the nose, straight out.
This is going to be a little bit.
10-year?
I think it's a 10-year. It's going to be a little bit more robust. I think it's a little
Yeah.
bit more robust. There's going to be a lot more complexity there.
I mean, just compared to the Last Lion. The Last Lion was very tame. No pun intended. And that's it's a mixture. It's an 8.5 to 10-year, 10.5 year. So a little bit older, I would say, but like it smells younger. Like it smells more like your 4 to 5 year old. It does not taste the way it smells.
No,
It smells way more aggressive than it tastes.
it smells more
If that
aggressive.
makes sense. Yeah. That is.
I could sit in that nose all day long.
Yes. How long has this bottle been opened?
I got this. Let's see. I was on vacation for a week. I got this like 3-4 weeks ago.
Okay.
Now I bought so they originally sent me a little sample bottle to try and to kind of post about. It's it's good if I've bought this and I bought a backup. So. Because I got a lot of free whiskey shipped to me and everything, so
Sure.
it's if I'm going out and I'm seeking it out, then it's one that I really like. Again, this is gonna hit my top 10.
Yeah.
That I've tried so far, and it's only June. It's only June, so
Nice.
yeah. But man, there've been some really good whiskeys that have been put out this year, and this is in my mind this is one of them.
This is great. It's like I think it's really well rounded. Like it's not overly sweet. It's not overly, I'm saying tannic in a bad way, but like it's not like super woody, smoky. It's very like it's got the best of everything.
And I should have done more research. And I'm really bad about doing that because I just like to drink. So if you put something good in front of me, I'm gonna be like, "That's good." I've got some friends that really nerd out about it, and they'd be able to tell me everything that went into this and da 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 da. All I know is it's really good, and I like it, and I like sharing it.
Hit it with a little. Again, I'm a water guy.
Oh yeah,
I love to proof it down.
I haven't done that yet. I'm gonna do the water in the mouth trick.
Maybe I had too much water.
It pulls out a lot more oak.
I think I prefer it without water.
It pulls out a little bit too much oak for me if I put the water.
I need to try to get it with less water, but yes,
I got plenty to drink.
that is gorgeous. So on this note of top 10 pours,
Yeah.
it is your last day on Earth.
Ooh, man. Yeah.
You can choose absolutely anything. There's going to be a little time portal, and like you could pull a barrel from 10 years ago if you want. What are you going to reach for, knowing it's your last pour
Wow.
ever?
Man, there's some really old like some of the old Stitzelweller Van Winkle.
Oh, see, I've never tried Van Winkle. Is that actually worth it?
I mean, retail's really good. I mean, yes, yeah, the Van Winkle stuff's good. It's just, the secondary market on some of these prices, on some of these things is outrageous.
Yes.
I think that's a really nice bottle. I think it's like a $200 bottle retail. I think four something on the secondary.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's a really.
I would buy this 100%.
I think it's a really good bottle.
This is gorgeous. Yes.
That's a whole. The secondary market's just a whole other. That's a whole other ball game to get into.
Yes.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I would say most whiskeys are not worth secondary prices.
No, it's like no.
That's my opinion. I could be way off, but like I love a Blanton's, and I'll buy it from Buffalo Trace every day of the week if I lived closer. But if I'm going to pay secondary prices, like
yeah, and I think they're seeing that now because they've kind of created this. I don't want to say a false scarcity, but now like that stuff's just it's everywhere. And the secondary
I wouldn't say it's a false scarcity. It's just the decline of the industry.
Well, they've but there's certain markets that just get flooded with that stuff. Like you go to Ohio, you go out to Oregon, like you see that stuff just like stuff that we wish we could see. This was pre-COVID, during
even
COVID,
just regional. Okay,
during COVID, sitting on the shelves.
Really?
Yeah, like Ohio used to get everything. Like I spent some time out in Oregon with my grandparents, and I could go to liquor stores and be like, hey, do you have any A.H. Taylor single barrel? And they'd be like, oh no, hey, no, we'll call you at the end of the week when we get it in. And sure enough, yeah, I was there for a week. End of the week, they're calling me like, hey, we got our cases in. Well, do you need anything else? Like it was so nonchalant. And they just had such bigger shipments of it. All right, back to what I would try. Oh man, I've got.
It's a hard question to answer.
It's a really hard question to answer. I've got.
And it's going to be, your answer is going to be different today than it will be tomorrow
yeah, really
and yesterday.
I'm just going based on the bottles that I've got. So there's one bottle that I've got that I haven't opened. It's another E.H. Taylor. Love E.H. Taylor. It's a sour mash. It was their first special release that they did. Now most of their special releases have been absolutely phenomenal. Like the season wood, the 2016 season wood that I opened in Wyoming. It was spectacular. It was the right timing and everything. And no price point being put on that stuff.
Oh yeah, it's free. It's your last pour. It's free.
I would. That's one I would definitely open. I think there's a couple. There's like a Blade and Bow 30, I believe, that just came out. I'd love to try that. I don't know, man. Like it's that's a hard question.
Yes.
Oh man, I don't know how to answer that. I can go with my. I can go with some of my favorite pours that I've opened. I'll just do that. And what I would go back to the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof Batch 9 has been one of my all-time favorite pours. I did a Stag Junior Batch 9, which was also awesome. Man, everything's like Buffalo Trace. I'm a big Buffalo Trace fanboy. George T. Stagg. I think it was a 2014. It was 138.7 proof, I believe. That was also really, really phenomenal. And they've had some other really, really good pours too. But man, yeah, I don't know. Those are my alcohol's kicking in. But
so based on what's on the table, are you choosing the Peerless as your last pour?
Yeah, it's so robust. It's so well rounded. I think this is a perfect pour.
Again, what I'm surprised by is just how vastly different everything on the table actually is. I mean, you can. It's. I mean, they're all loosely the same ingredients, correct? Like they're not. None of these are weeded, right? It's all corn.
I mean, it's all there might be a little bit of wheat in that, but
a little bit, but predominantly corn.
Yeah.
Because typically, I'm not a fan of the weeded.
Okay.
Like if you gave me like a side by side, like weeded is always just like, I'll choose you last.
Yeah.
And none of these to me seemed like they had that flavor profile.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to assume, but
I could be way wrong. I have no idea about the Peerless.
it's gorgeous. Yeah, I love it. And I will say, yeah, the older is better based on what we've tried here.
So if you're going Jack 14 over Peerless 10, what are you choosing?
Oh, the Peerless.
Peerless, okay.
But again, that's because I'm not a super huge fan of the way Jack finishes.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous bottle. I bought it. I don't regret buying it, but I think this tastes better, to be honest. But I think that's just, again, the way the bottle, the ingredients in the bottle, in the barrel. It just, I don't know. I'm just not as big of a fan of that flavor profile as I am this.
Yeah.
And like 100% the Last Lion.
That was good. That was really good.
I honestly, I think for my last pour, I'm either going Last Lion, only because it's super fresh in my mind, or I'm kind of going nostalgia. And one of my wife and I's favorite bottles is Bone Snapper Rye.
Oh, yeah.
It's another MGP.
Is that a that's what's the
Backbone? Backbone bourbon.
But Backbone. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, we prefer the Bone Snapper Rye to the bourbon.
Backbone's got some really good.
The corn, yeah.
They've got some really good.
Absolutely, yeah.
Really good stuff coming out.
And I will say, again, it's probably nostalgia. And just like, it was pre-kids. My wife and I just discovered it was batch 1 of the Bone Snapper. And that just rocked our worlds. I mean, it was gorgeous flavor. It was, again, pre-kids. I love my kids. But like, the time with my wife pre-kids was different. We'll say it was different, but yeah. And it's, again, if I could have batch 1 of that Bone Snapper rye whiskey, like,
it's interesting too to see like
the food memories attached to it.
What you tasted then and what you remember versus when you go back and try it again, what you actually feel. Just because everything, like your palate's changed, your taste has changed, everything has changed, and so it's an interesting take going back and trying those things.
Well, it's hard because, and that's what I hate about single barrels is, and I don't know if that's single barrel.
I don't think it is.
Touching it, but like, and I love and I hate single barrels because it's a one-time thing. And like once it's gone, it's gone.
Yep.
And like that's why I kind of want to stock up. Like if you find a barrel, like a single barrel that you absolutely love, stock up on that shit.
Yeah.
Because the second batch is going to be different. It could be better.
Yeah.
It could be worse, but it's going to be different. That's all we know.
Now, that being said, I've had some really good single barrels that have, again, kind of back to the whole thing. You know, if you try a whiskey once, don't write it off right away because it could be, you know, what have you had to eat?
Give it a week.
What have you had that day? Even if if you're at a bar or whatever else, go back, try it again. Don't just write it off. I was notorious for doing that. When I first started drinking. I had there's some really good Henry McKenna bottles that I've had that were absolutely phenomenal. But before I had those, I had some really bad single barrel Henry McKenna bottles that were I completely wrote it off, and I was like, oh, this is I can't try this, and then they've redeemed themselves. So there's again, and everything's personal, but there's goods and there's bad. So if you try something and you don't like it, maybe wait a while, maybe try it again because you're probably going to like it.
Yes.
So,
Well, I think you alluded to this earlier, but like our taste buds change.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
The bottle changes. Mm-hmm. Everything's changing.
Everything's changing
every day. Yeah. So, yeah, try it again.
So even the first time I tried this, this is, again, I opened this 3 weeks ago, so it's not changed too much, but
it has changed.
I'm getting a little bit more oak from my end. I'm not a very good taste profile guy, but I'll pour a little bit more of that.
I've got a little bit still.
Right.
I want to be that guy as well. Mm-hmm. Of like, oh, I'm tasting this, I'm tasting that. Like the wine experts, the wine snobs, and it's fun and it's cool. But if you tell me what to look for, I'll find it. But I think it's better if you discover it on your own.
That is one thing. I don't know if I did. I hope I did that. I was trying to get what do you taste from this?
Yes.
Versus
Yes.
Because if I tell you brown sugar,
You did.
then
Yep.
you're gonna be reaching for
Yeah,
that brown
you
sugar.
100%. You ask what I.
So I asked what you did
yeah.
first, and then
Yeah.
I'll pull back to what, because if I tell you brown sugar, apricot, cinnamon, you're gonna be.
Well, I'm going to look for it on my next.
And then if you don't find it,
taste,
you're gonna be like, oh, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. No, you're not wrong. It's
No, you're crazy.
You
I'm not
taste. You taste what you taste.
Yes.
It's like you don't like spaghetti meatballs. You're crazy because you don't like. No,
Again,
it's-
we're 100% different people.
Yeah.
Again, your taste buds are very different than mine.
Mhm.
Your food memories, which impact the way you taste things, are very different than mine.
Mhm.
So you're going to see things that I don't, and
Yeah.
vice versa. And that's beautiful. I like it. So I love the fact that people can taste something and describe every single detail. But does it matter to me?
Yeah.
Kind of, but not really.
It's. I think that's one thing with the reviews that people get stuck on is, and I've had a lot of people who are like, man, this wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. This wasn't as good as you described it. And I was like, well, then it's not as
That's
good.
okay.
It's not as good to you. It's not as good to you. That's completely fine. I've got some friends that are whiskey riders, and it's like, it's. Man, I'm galloping down an open field of dandelions, and we pull up to the barn, and there's the stale hay that I smell, and the crisp fall breeze comes through, and the crisp apples hit me, and I'm like, what?
Keep going.
What are we talking? What are we talking about? Whiskey or what? And I'll take that journey with you every day. I like it, and I like the descriptiveness that you're giving, but man, Do you like it? That's why, like, on a lot of my reviews, I'm like, yep, it's good, man. I like it. This is, again, Peerless 10, top 10. I love it. Yeah.
I think my recommendations would be find someone you know and you trust.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've talked about 3 or 4 or 5 different different bottles, and I've tried those bottles and I like them, then I can trust you. Like, our flavors sync up. I like it. There's a million influencers out there.
1,000%.
If I don't like what you like, maybe I'll just go somewhere else. I'll listen to this influencer instead of you.
And I've got my buddy Jason, that we did, I don't know, probably did 50 barrel picks this last year.
Yeah.
Like, easily 50 barrel picks. I'm going to align with him on 87. No, that's not right. I'm going to align with him on 37 out of the 50. Like,
okay.
We're going to be right in line. But again, like I was talking about, he likes stuff that's real funky. So I'm going to try something. I'm like, I don't like it. I know.
I want to try some of those.
I know you're going to like it. I got a ton of whiskey I can bring you that's real funky and weird. But again, so you're not going to like everything that everybody's going to like, but I guess that's part of the discovery. But yeah, if you can align with someone if you kind of find their profile and find you like what they like, especially with single barrel picks, then that's what it, like. There's a lot of like liquor stores and restaurants and stuff too that they go on barrel picks and they have their own special blends. Like St. Elmo's, they have like Woodford. Those were some of the first barrel picks that I've gone on. I don't even know what pick they're on right now. Probably 20 something.
Right.
But they usually do a pretty good job describing their profile, because if they have 20 different Woodford barrel picks, then they're okay. This one's more cherry forward. This one's more oak. This one's more vanilla. Whatever it is, they do a good job describing. So even though they've got all these different ones, and they've had different people that have gone on all these barrel picks, so it's the group that's choosing.
I like that it's a group instead of just one person.
It's so with this, I did my chugs with me and my girlfriend. So I had she picked one of the barrels and I picked one of the barrels.
Okay.
A lot of times it's
which is hers.
Hers is the better one. Hers is, and I actually like hers a little bit better too.
No.
It's got a little bit more brown sugar, a little bit more.
Let's be honest. She influenced that decision.
She
a
did.
little bit.
It's got a little bit more sweetness coming off on that, but that's
because there's that relationship.
Yeah,
and 100% that influences how you taste that.
Oh yeah.
So you might prefer her input more than I prefer her input.
There's also like we had a lot of drinks that day, and I was going for the more robust, like kind of more sharp. So this one's going to be a little bit more sharp, whereas this one's going to be a little bit more sweet. More.
I haven't tried that one. Do you mind?
Yeah, pop it open.
Let me clean this Let's see if I like you better than her.
It's fun. It's fun to see, who's on the pick and who's choosing what. Like with that. So normally, I like to do my barrel picks with 6 to. Oh, there it is. 6 to 10 people, I think, is a good.
I like that.
Is a good range. You get anything over 10. And it gets a little bit too diluted. And normally, and it's all a vote system, so typically what we'll do is we'll vote 2 out right away, and then we narrow it down to 2. And then what I like to do is we'll pull the whole group out, and then they'll blind us all. So they give you a left and right, and so you're just left, right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what it is.
Right.
So left, right, left, right, left, right, and then we vote on that, and then you're like, I like left. Well, that wasn't what I picked before, but that's
right.
That's the one that I like now.
Yeah.
And then it's a pick from there.
I think the blind is the way to go.
Oh, definitely.
And because I'm impacted by, again, branding. So
Branding,
if I prefer
marketing,
this picture over that picture, 100%. And it's unfair because this one's been open for a bit, and you just cracked that one, right?
I just cracked that one, yeah.
So, and I would say I kind of prefer this one. Like this one feels more mellow.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but didn't you say you picked a more aggressive one?
I picked them
straight away.
Is that the one? Oh no, that's the lower proof one. Yeah,
it's lower.
Yeah, it's the 114. I thought it was a little bit. I pulled more. I haven't had that one for a minute. I pulled more distinct flavors out of that one. I'd also had 10 barrels.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's because this one's been open for a little bit and that one was fresh cracked, but like 100% this one is way smoother.
Okay. Yeah, so it's probably
it's
mellowed out quite a bit.
So A, it's mellowed out.
Yeah.
B, it's 2% less, if that matters. I mean, 2%.
2%.
2%. But
you're just shooting hairs at this point.
But I have sampled a few things today. But 100%, yeah. I think I like this one over that one. But again, it's an unfair comparison. But that is beautiful. I like that bottle a lot.
Thank
Chuck
you.
Force.
Thank you, Aaron.
Yes.
Thank you, Aaron, for the artwork.
That is a stunning bottle. Yeah, I love it. So what are your recommendations on somebody going to the liquor store and there's a million choices? Where do you even start?
Man, I would start I wouldn't even start at the liquor store. If you do start at the liquor store, just ask the employees what they like.
Sure.
If they have any single barrels, a lot of times they have like samples you can try.
Okay, yeah.
So you can try samples from the stores before you buy the single barrels. I know Sobro Spirits, Broader Pool, they're really good about doing that. They'll pour out samples. Ray at Rural Inn. Rural Inn's Rural Inn has some really good barrel picks. And then there's even some like Circle City whiskey. They're right by the fairgrounds. Like you can go in and you can try basically most of their bottles before you buy them. So they've got a really cool tasting room. So shout out Circle City. So go try it before you buy it, or you don't. I guess depending on what your price point is, I got hooked into like hey, it's Friday, let's buy a couple bottles of whiskey, and it's Friday Rye Day, let's buy a couple ryes, and so it was really fun, but it got really expensive really quick. But find a few brands, try a few drinks, and see what your palate aligns with. And I think that's going to take a little time to develop. It's 100%. Like you're not just going to get it overnight. And then, again, we talked about, just because I like this and I'm hey, drink this, I like this is the best thing ever, and you don't like it, then you're not wrong. You're not wrong by any means. If I tell you I drink my Chugs, these Chugs are the best thing ever, which, I mean, they are.
Very good.
They are.
100% very good.
But if you don't like them, then you don't like them. And that's, find something that you like, find your palate, and it's going to take a while to discover. Find that, and then kind of go on that path and try the things and find the things and buy the things that you buy. Because you can buy a lot of whiskey, and I've got a lot of friends. I've got a lot of whiskey in my cabinet that I'll wind up giving out or making cocktails with people, just because I'm not gonna drink it again. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm gonna pull towards. This being one of them.
Yes.
So
I love it. Yeah, 100% recommend just experiment a little bit.
It's all about experiment. You have to experiment. You got to try before you buy if you can. But
yes, and I would say take notes.
Mm-hmm.
So talk or think about percentages.
Mm-hmm.
If you like the higher proof versus the lower proof, document that. If you like rye versus a weeded, document that. And 100% that is a great way to start, because I know right off the bat I'm not going to prefer a weeded over a rye. So I know if there's two choices, I'm going rye. 100% that's historically what I prefer. It's what my wife prefers, and that's a big factor. If your significant other prefers something,
yeah,
I don't know. If you buy what they don't like, then you get more, but that's pretty selfish. I don't know. So buy what your significant other prefers, and hopefully your tastes align.
But one way to get around that, and one thing that because I get shipped a lot of whiskey, I got like 6 bottles this week or something. So I like to go in blind.
Yeah.
I know nothing about, this. I know it's a 10-year, I know it's from Peerless. All I know is I love it. I did 0 research on it. Yeah. So I don't know price point on things. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the makeup is. I like it or I don't.
Yeah.
If I should have done the research because I really like that. But a lot of times when I like it, I'll go in and okay. Actually, what is it? Oh, this is a rye. Oh, this is whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I'll do it that way. So that's another fun way too. And again, because I know you like the pictures. I know you like the artwork.
The branding is huge.
So because that's what they do, like the San Francisco whiskey or the San Francisco whatever the
any of the competitions,
the competition that they did. So they do it all blind. So it's a lot of times they just have 10 glasses sitting in front of them, and they're like, okay, it's completely blind, and so there's no artwork, there's no inspiration behind it.
It's a major factor.
Yeah,
it truly is.
Yeah, so that's a really good way to do it. So, or if you have a partner that likes doing whiskey, maybe take something that she really likes and compare it to something, maybe 1 or 2 other things that she might not potentially, like, and try it that way, and then see if her taste actually changed. So, because you can be so again, if I tell you this is amazing, this is so amazing, go out.
It
buy
truly
this.
is. It truly is.
And that's going to influence you so much, because you think that you're going to think that this is amazing. It is amazing. But you're going to want that. You're going to want to pull that and really get that and try that.
Yeah.
Versus if you try it and you hate it, then you try it and you hate it. You're not going to.
Yeah. But again, that follows suit with follow people that you align with.
Yes.
So if I've tried something from you and I love it, yes, I trust your recommendations. If I follow you, or if I trust your recommendations and it wasn't for me, then
and again, there's going to be there's going to be like an 85. Again, like I said, my buddy that we align on 85% of things. There's a certain percentage of that gets that you're going to and you're not going to. Not everyone likes Italian subs. Not everyone likes.
But like you said, try it multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times.
Andrew Zimmern is a big advocate of this. Is like you can't base it off the first try.
Mm-hmm.
Try it 2 times, try it 3 times, try it 4 times. Mm-hmm. The day of the week matters. What you ate before matters.
1,000%.
Your food memories matter. So try it multiple times before you make a decision. But just experiment. Yeah. We got like 10 bottles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 6, 4, 5 bottles. And they're all beautiful in their own ways and their own, their unique things. But, yeah.
This is good. This is fun.
Choose what makes you happy.
Yeah. Yes. And whiskey makes me happy.
Yes. Tuesday, I might prefer Last Lion. Thursday, I might prefer Peerless. Friday, I might prefer Chugs.
And one of the things I like to, there's not a lot of days that I'll just sit and drink one whiskey. Like I'll move to different brands. I'll usually Saturday, I started with a couple bourbons, then I switched over to the rye. I went to like a Michter's rye, and then I went to a Sagamore rye and a few other things. So it just kind of create your own little journey. So it's a fun little way to.
I love it.
Never. I'm not. There's not a lot of times I'm sitting down with just one bottle and drinking. Just that bottle. That's
well. On that note, once you open a bottle, how long is it good for?
So,
I mean, historically speaking, this will not go bad.
So
it will oxidize.
It's going to oxidize. It will change. So it's going to oxidize a little bit. So I say anytime you get under 40%. You need to drink it within the next, depending on the proof, 6 months to a year.
Okay.
So if you're sitting down around this level, you need to finish it.
Clean it up.
Because what that'll do, I mean, I've had, there have been some really cool bottles that I've seen. There was like an Elijah Craig 23 that one of my friends had, and he had like this much in it.
Yeah.
And it looked like apple cider. It was it was like, you can't drink that.
Oh,
like, have you ever, I don't know if you've ever left whiskey, like on your night, that sounds horrible. Have you ever left whiskey on your table at the end of the night?
Yes.
And gone back and, like you look at it the next day and it's like a little musty and like a little, it's just like you don't want to drink that.
Yeah.
So that's basically what happens. So the more you let it sit, the more oxygen that hits it, the more it's gonna. Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad thing. So I'd say 40% or lower. You need to finish that within the next 6 months to a year. So that's typically my rule. Or if you want to move it, you can move it to a smaller container. You can move to sample containers, or I've seen some guys that will stick marbles. They'll stick physical marbles in the bottles. Okay. Because what it does is
anything to remove air.
Removes the air, and then there's a special gas that you can get to put in if you really want to get crazy with it. But just drink it.
Yeah, just drink it.
Just drink it.
Yeah, don't save it. Yeah, I'm admittedly sitting on like one shot of a couple different barrels because I love this bottle. I'm gonna save it. It's a bad idea.
I did that with one. I did that with a bottle that I opened with a friend, and I was waiting for him to come back into town and shed the last pour, and it was still good, but it didn't have.
It's not the same.
Didn't quite. It was a higher proof, which helped out a little bit, but it didn't quite have the kick that it did. It was more about the memory and the celebration with the person. But yeah, anything under 40%, drink it.
Yeah, it's not worth holding on to. We'll say that.
Yeah.
So on that note, infinity bottles. How do you feel about that?
Man, I've got some friends that are really into it, and they're like 1 ounce this, and I've got some friends that have made some really cool ones.
Yeah,
and it's a really cool idea. It's a fun idea, especially if you're talking about if you've only got so much whiskey left, let's dump into a bottle. I don't have the time or like the. I can't do it. Because I'm not going to keep track, because I've got some guys that are like, oh, I've got this and this, and we put this big blend in, and they love it, and I try it, and it's like great. And it's like, are you ever going to recreate that?
You can't.
You really can't.
It's impossible. Yeah.
Now I've also got a buddy that has a full barrel, and he's a barrel.
Okay.
And he's dumping full bottles into. Oh, geez. It's really cool. I mean, it's really. But so he'll take stuff like this.
Yeah.
And he'll dump it in. He's taking really cool bottles.
Is it Stale Cracker?
No,
this guy
Nick Anderson. It's Amongst the Whiskey.
No,
so shout out to Amongst the Whiskey.
Totally different guy.
Yeah,
but I think his Instagram's Stale Cracker.
Yeah,
Google or search Cracker on Instagram. You'll find him. He did an infinity barrel.
Yeah,
and anybody that sent him a bottle, he poured in.
So if
he liked it, he poured it in.
It's the same thing. But it's like. There's so many factors at that point, and it's like, how often are you doing it? And then and the whiskey in there is going to oxidize unless you did it all within like a couple days. But it's a cool concept.
So on the infinity bottle, let's say bottle, not barrel.
I've done infinity bottles before, and it's like cool. It's like, all right, but there's so much other better stuff to.
Yes,
it's cool. It's really cool that if you like it, it's really cool to nerd out on. It's really.
Let's say it's a fun experiment.
It's a fun experiment,
and I would say if it's between an infinity bottle versus saving one shot for your friend to come back, do the infinity bottle because it's eliminating oxygen. The less oxygen you have, the better it's going to be.
Yeah.
So it's going to hold up a lot better if there's less oxygen in this bottle. Versus like saving that nostalgia for that friend to come back.
Yeah.
So it's a fun experiment. If it's one shot, don't save the shots. Yeah, mix it up, blend your own. If you love this and you love that, Sure, combine one shot.
We can always
take a risk.
You can combine. It's always it's a different thing. But we have such limited. I'm getting so old. We have such limited time.
Yes,
like your time is super valuable. You've got everything you're doing with your wife and everything, and it's do you have time to sit down and do that, or are you cracking new bottles? Are you making new memories? I'd say make the new memories and
100%
and move on. So.
Yes, especially like Dan said, if it gets below 40%, tank it.
Done.
Yes,
drink it.
Enjoy it while it's good.
Yeah,
make an infinity bottle if that makes you happy.
Yeah,
but don't wait for your friend to come back.
Yeah,
because it's not the same whiskey. It's going to oxidize. It's going to be bad. But enjoy it. Yeah. So. Dan, I appreciate this so much. We're at time. We're way over time.
We're way over time. That's all right.
I appreciate the experience. I appreciate the knowledge. Appreciate the experimentation. Follow Dan. Where can we find you?
You can find me Heavy Bourbon on Instagram. The Heavy Bourbon on TikTok. If that's
we'll link everything below.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm all around. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do one more of these. This was a really good. You guys did a really good job on this. The Last Lion.
The Beautiful and the Damned.
Beautiful and the Damned.
Came in really hard. Really beautiful. Give me one, too. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll take one more.
It is a beautiful pour.
That was a really good pour.
And 100% recommend.
I'm, again, I don't want to say I'm, like, shockingly surprised, but, like, I see these, and I see, because it's a cool freaking bottle.
It is
like with the lion.
Stunning artwork.
What's on the other bottle? There's a lion and there's something else?
It's Ben Franklin.
Okay.
Yes, The Last Diplomat.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the names, but
yeah. So
Ben Franklin.
Anyway, really cool looking bottles.
Thank you, Aaron Scammerhorn.
Good job, man.
Cheers.
Aaron's the one that did these. So
yes, sir.
Cheers.
He's a good guy. On that note, experiment, try new things. Tell us what you think. Tell if you like these bottles. Go buy them. Cheers.
Cheers.